Cancer, your transformation of life and reality from the universe to the multiverse is actually the way you see long-term dreams and wishes. You have had only a universal one type, one path will make you happy. And that has, of course, made you unhappy. Whenever you identify there's only one way to make you happy, sure enough, it's going to actually be what brings you down, right? I know that you're not that narrow-minded per se, but in some ways you have been a bit obsessive from what I've seen and insisting on that something has to be right for you to be happy. And that is a universe. You're saying something, one thing has to be right. The universe says, actually, there's a billion ways to make yourself happy, but the first step is desire to actually make yourself happy, right? So I think this transformation from you is that there's a million ways to skin the cat, pardon the expression, that there are many ways to Oz, there are many ways to serious joy in that path, and it's a matter of choosing the one that your heart loves the most. I feel like that's the real lesson there. Now, Pluto in Aquarius is going to be very interesting for Cancers because, you know, Cancers, although very emotional and sensitive and compassionate, they actually don't allow themselves to get too close to people. And that's because they haven't allowed themselves to get too close to themselves. So Pluto in Aquarius is saying it's now time for high resolution boundaries with yourself. High resolution boundaries are not black and white. They're white on Wednesdays, black on Fridays, and sometimes pink on Tuesdays. High emotional boundaries for yourself, high vibrational boundaries, are boundaries that allow for a special boundary set or mixture based on any kind of thing in life. So if you're saying, this is my boundary with myself and coffee, or this is how my boundary with myself and food, Pluto's saying, no, you can't stop at food. Every type of food, every type of existence of the food, you're going to have raising the vibration of what you will trust or not, and therefore raising trust by changing boundaries with yourself, or perhaps enforcing them for the first time. Now, the sun in Sagittarius for you, I think, is very exciting because you are going to rebuild yourself from the ground up. You are going to ultimately have a new philosophy about how to live in the present. You're going to have a new philosophy about what the present is. You're going to have a new philosophy about what health is. So you see Cancers really lighting up on these issues of how to take care of themselves in the moment and how to become more aware of their body. And I think, therefore, from that great body, from that great presence, you can then create a daily reality that's also great. Now, with that happening, the Earth will be in Gemini. And the Earth in Gemini says, hey, you know what? You have great faith in the moment, but part of that faith is not going down the rabbit holes of fear. So the Earth in Gemini has the intention of manifesting new faith in yourself. And most of the time, I mean, I've only seen, probably 1,000 examples of this, but most of the time, the raising of the faith comes directly from just ending the fear. But the Earth in Gemini says, hey, those thoughts that keep you up at night, those thoughts you obsess on, they're building fear, they're not building faith. So there's a lot of mental change that has to happen for you to make this shift from faith, from fear to faith in yourself. And that's part of the Earth in Gemini.
It's serious joy.